Welcome to AstroEnergy with astrologer angel Shelley Overton. Hello and welcome to the AstroEnergy show for October 21st. How are you today? My name is Shelley Overton and I am excited to be here, and everything happens at once. That was just the UPS man. So anyway, I am an astrologer in Orlando, Florida, and I am excited to talk to you today and go over what's been going on in the sky and what is coming up for the rest of the year. So how's your week been? I'm going to start with that while I completely get myself situated here. I'm just kind of, I don't know why. I just don't, I've been doing a few things today, and I tell you, it's been a very productive day. Now, 3 planets are in Virgo, so I have gotten a lot done today, and I'm very excited about that. But anyway, so yeah, we've got a lot going on here in the sky, a lot of Virgo energy. Right here in Orlando, Florida, we have a Pisces rising, and we have Uranus in Aries in the first house at 18 degrees retrograde. And Uranus is in conjunct Mars, which means he's 150 degrees away. And Mars is at 16 degrees Virgo, conjunct Jupiter at 14, conjunct Venus at 11. So they're all right there in the sky when you wake up in the morning. They're hovering just over the horizon, at least where I am. So, you know, if you're listening in Australia, obviously it's the opposite. So they probably can't see it right now in Australia. Actually, we can't see it right now. They can see it because they're probably in the dark. I don't know. Don't get me started on where the sun is. East, west, north, south. I'm sure I'm confused with that. Anyway, the sun is right out my window. That's where the sun is right now. Anyway, Mercury is in Libra at 11 degrees. The North Node is at 0 degrees Libra now, which means the South Node is at 0 degrees Aries. Saturn is at 2 degrees Sagittarius, Pluto at 13 Capricorn. The Moon is at 11 degrees Aquarius today, in conjunct all the lovely Virgo energy, and directly in conjunct Venus. And Neptune is at 7 degrees Pisces. So in conjunct is a bit of a difficult energy. It's really interesting because I know Virgo and Aries have that similar energy. And like I said, Uranus is in conjunct as well to Mars. And so 150 degrees, it's like there's this attraction to the energy because it's almost like, wow, you're really different. I'm not sure I understand you very well, but in practical use, they can be at odds and not come to the conclusions the same way. So the benefit that Virgo has to in conjunct an Aquarian sign is an Aquarian planet is that they share that quickness of thought and a certain amount of that movement from one idea to the next. So there's that. The thing that they share, the Virgo energy shares with Aries, is that Aries it has drive, it wants to get things done, and so does Virgo. But Aries is very quick about it and not terribly subtle, whereas Virgo is very subtle as a general rule. They are demure as a rule. They are not one that grabs the spotlight, wants the attention. They generally run from the attention, and the Hermit is their tarot card. So if you have Virgo in your chart, that's the Hermit, along with the 12th house and the Pisces energy, and probably wherever Cancer is, you have moments of hiding there as well to lick wounds. So the Moon in Aquarius makes it very detached from whatever house it's in, from the energy of that house. Now, for me right now, it's in the Aquarius house, which is the 11th house. So it's kind of, and the other thing is Aquarius energy is very much about the masses and about people and humanitarianism. The moon is generally very much about the emotions, where Aquarian energy is about the mentality and the thought and the ideas. Moon in Aquarius means that you want to nurture the idea of humanitarianism and connecting to the masses and things that put the greater good above the individual. So that's the energy of today and tomorrow before the moon moves into Pisces. So if you are experiencing that moon in Aquarius today, wherever it's at, it's got a certain amount of detachment, a certain amount of disconnectedness on some level, but also a connectedness to a higher energy of understanding or an electrical impulse that makes you extremely intuitive about that area of your life right now. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so getting into what's going on for the rest of the year. So I've got to find my glasses, as I do every week. I'm always looking for them, aren't I? Okay, so the big thing about the rest of the year for me is Mars. Mars is going to be going through the rest of Virgo, which is, of course, taking action at work or service or health. And then in November, Mars goes into Libra and will be in Libra for the rest of the year. So there are 2 more signs we will be feeling for the rest of the year. And with Mars, it's about taking action in those areas. So health is of importance. And I want to say also, just because a couple different things have happened this week related to this, actually probably more than a couple, Mercury, which rules Virgo, is about the mentality of things and quick action and quick thought. Whenever you have Mars in Virgo, you have taking action with quick thought. But having 4 planets in Virgo, and definitely this week seeing other people, there's an energy of accidents. I was leaving my subdivision today, and there was a bicyclist who had been hit right as I was leaving the area that I live in, which is right near main thoroughfare to a bunch of other subdivisions. So, that happened. I've seen a couple different situations this week. I know of other people who have been in situations surrounding transportation and accidents, and cars can definitely be covered under Virgo, being the Mercury ruler of transportation. So, and Jupiter is an expansive energy, so it is expanding that area of our world as well. So just be careful about transportation or accidents in your world, because I just wanted to give you a heads up for that. So if you've been having trouble with that kind of thing, that's where it's coming from. Mercury in Libra. Let's see. Actually, I think I got off track, so I'm going to go back on track. Right now, Mercury is in Libra. The Sun is at 28 Libra. So really what I want to say is right now at 11 degrees Libra, you are coming into the energy of the thought patterns of what you will be expressing throughout the month of December. So right now, Mercury is at 11 degrees. As of December 1st, Mars is at 11 degrees and Libra. So for the month of December, Mars will be going through from 11 degrees to 28 degrees of Libra. And so he is taking time to connect to people. Now is a really great time for relationships, starting relationships. I know we've had the energy a couple years ago of, about 5 years ago to 2.5 years ago, of Saturn in Libra. And that was really a strong time of breaking up old relationships, old relationship patterns, and changing that all up. That was Saturn. Saturn's the structure of relationships. So it was really calling all of the issues we'd had in relationships out into the open and saying, is this what you really want for your life? So a lot of relationships ended in that timeline. Now we have Mars on the precipice going into Libra, which rules marriage and partnership. And Libra is also ruled by Venus as a planet. So Venus is the goddess of love, and it's also about value and money, but value in relationships. So as Mars goes into Libra, which happens November 12th, and I'm eyeballing it because it just says 0 degrees on the 13th. I'll look it up as we get closer to the date, and you'll know exactly the time that happens. But so on the 13th of November, we have Mars going into that air sign of Libra. And so now it's about ideas, about connectedness to other people, which we had with Mars and Leo as well recently. But in Libra, it's more about partnering, whereas in Leo, it's kind of more about ego and connectedness of ideas and connectedness of story. Mars in Libra is connectedness of ideas and the idea of love and where are we going to go, what are we going to do together, and what interesting things are we going to explore, the conversation about what we can do, how it is about the us and the we. So definitely I think more relationships are going to be coming in December. So a lot of you want to know when you can look for a relationship. So it's on your mind now. And Mars is going in on, what did I say, the 13th of November. We also have, let's see, hang on. Sun is in the sign of commitment in November, so that's going to be really good and helpful as well. So that goes, let's see, today's 21st. So the Sun goes in on the 24th to Scorpio. So if you've already had dabblings in other relationships, you could take it to the new level, the next level. Coming up over the weekend is a really good time to foresee something happening with that. Now, Venus, she goes into Libra on the 9th of November. And then, of course, Mars goes in on the 13th. So Mars and Venus are together in the sky right now. And even though, Venus going in first will give you the desire. And then Mars comes in and it ends up taking action. So if you've got that relationship coming in, then it's going to be the idea, the romance side of it first, the desire coming in, and then actually the manifestation of it. So just after that. So look to mid-November for relationships coming in. And then the big thing, I actually want to skip ahead a little bit to early next year. Actually, maybe not even real early, but you know what? I'm going to save it. I'm not going to talk to you about that right now. It had to do with Mars, and Mars will be retrograding next year. It happens every 2 years, but I'll only dabble in it. It's going to take the same retrograde path that Saturn just took this year. So that's all I'm going to tell you about that. And then let's see what else we have here. So, and again, you know, the other thing that is connected to this too is where Saturn is in the sky. Now, Saturn is in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is a lot about travel. And Libra, the energy of Libra, is only 60 degrees away from Sagittarius in the sky. They're 60 degrees apart, which makes them sextile, which is a positive, supportive energy, that they actually get along. You know, if you see charts of people who get along by sign, Sagittarius and Libra are one of them, and also Sagittarius and Aquarius. So we have this lovely energy of Saturn in Sagittarius inclining us to travel, and then we'll have Mars inclining us to partners. So if you meet someone while you're traveling, that would fall right into this, and that's really a strong likelihood. And of course, November, December timeline are two major holidays where a lot of us are traveling. So this year it's really good for that energy. And, you know, there is a square to Pluto right around the beginning of December. So, of course, 13 degrees, that'll be the 5th of December. We're going to have a square of Mars to Pluto. And so look out for major shifts. And again, we've got, so this is really a good thing. Pluto's in Capricorn. Capricorn ruled by Saturn. It's structure. It's and Pluto rules Scorpio, which is commitment. And now there's this energy coming in of taking action, of expansion, of, for the Libra energy, it's Venus and Mars. Jupiter is still going to be in Virgo. But, and Jupiter in Virgo, while Venus and Mars are in Libra, is going to make you a little bit more nitpicky about that partner. And Jupiter rules that Saturn in Sagittarius, so there's this backstory, I guess you'd call it, of taking like a little extra time to decide that this is what you want. You might be a little shy. Jupiter in Virgo will potentially make you a little shyer, or the potential partner not as quick to jump in and commit. They may be interested, but not necessarily with both feet. They're going to take their time and evaluate, and it's the Virgo energy needs to get to know you first before it actually commits. There's that energy as well. And let's see. And so Pluto squaring Mars. Mars is action, Pluto is life change. And because of the Saturn energy having gone through this, and again, coming up pretty soon, let me just look exactly when it is. Mercury will be at 13 degrees, which also squares Pluto, and that happens the 22nd, so tomorrow. So definitely pay attention to what goes on tomorrow, and the idea of the difficulty that you're going to be experiencing more forcefully with Mars will be predetermined, or not even foreshadowed by Mercury squaring Pluto tomorrow when it hits 13 degrees. So whatever happens tomorrow, that'll be like the theme or what you can expect from the actual manifestation and taking action. So right now, Libra is very amenable at thinking that Mercury in Libra wants to balance things, wants to have peace, and wants to make sure everybody gets along. They are the diplomat of the zodiac. So when Mars gets to this point, Mars is going to want to get it done and make it happen politically, which squaring Pluto is the ruler of politics, and in Capricorn especially, because that's structure and government. So there's probably going to be some type of strong, I know we've always got this in America, the political getting the budget. And I haven't paid close attention to that. I thought I heard recently that that's coming up on the agenda again before the end of the session, at the end of the year, and balancing the budget. So Mars in Libra is going to help both sides work together to make that happen. And that's the beginning of December. So, look out for that. I'm guessing, we're going to be, I haven't paid attention to the news. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about something where both sides will have to come together around money, because again, Libra, Venus, money connection. And we're going to have to get along to balance a budget, or, agree on a budget. And Mars will make that happen the beginning of December. So, Venus and Mars, because they're both going into Libra. If you're doing the stock market, that could be a time of radical shifts. So the beginning of December, look at December 1st for that upset in the stock market. So if you can't handle it, you might want to sell some things until after the direct hit of Mars square Pluto, and then buy it back, after Mars gets into Scorpio, which will be after the beginning of the year. But the only thing with that, again, is because Mars is going to be retrograding through Scorpio, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad choice to make your purchase with Mars in Scorpio. But Mars does go into Scorpio January 4th. So I apologize for my voice, too, right now. I've been on the phone most of the day, and that tends to drag out my vocal cords a bit. So I'm going to leave it at that, because, we still have, 9 shows left to do for the end of the year. So that gives you kind of a taste of what's coming up in autumn. Let me see. And we have Neptune going direct in November, and Uranus going direct right on Christmas Day, or very close to Christmas Day. I have to look that date up precisely. Maybe I'll do that for next week's show. I'll look up all my exact dates, and I can tell you exactly when and the moment, and that can get more precise for you. But right now in my American Ephemeris for the 21st Century, 2000 through 2050 at noon book, that tells me that it's the 25th. So anyway, so Neptune going direct in November means that a lot of the pragmatic energy we've been feeling, and again today, Venus is, all the Virgo planets are off of a direct hit to Neptune, which is wonderful. For me, it's still within opposition because I have a 4-degree Mercury in Virgo, so I'm still feeling Pluto, Neptune. You know what, my mind works funny because I see Neptune in Pisces, I get the P, and then I come out with Pluto because they both start with P. That's my mind. Anyway, so Neptune goes direct in November, and so that is likely going to be snowstorms. So that happens, like I said, around the 17th, 18th of November, just in time for Thanksgiving. Yay. And let's see, I'm just going to look up here what else is going on to see what weather might be like then. Now, for those of you who are following weather with astrology, weather, we have 4 elements. We have earth, fire, water, and air. So air is electrical storms and can be storms too, but whatever storm it is, it adds that extra wind to it. Earth is earthquakes and can be cold weather. Fire signs are obviously heat and droughts, and water signs are floods and warm weather and snowstorms. So it's whatever combinations we have of those. So let's just look for, out of curiosity, then I'll start to take some calls. So when Neptune goes direct, Mercury is in Scorpio. So we're going to have late degree Mercury in Scorpio and Neptune going direct, which tells me the week before Thanksgiving is probably going to be a snowstorm. So look out for that. And you know what? I joined the Farmer's Almanac online. I love that because the Farmer's Almanac, they use the moon cycles and things to give you planting and other things that are happening like hurricane season, et cetera, whatever. And so if you are so inclined, go to the Farmer's Almanac and join that. I just think it's the coolest thing. And you can also get the moon cycles and phases through that too and learn when to plant. So for those of you who are gardeners, you might want to plant on the new moon because that waxing moon is a cycle of growing, and the waning moon is the full moon until the new moon. So the 2 weeks between the full moon and the new moon is letting go, releasing, and the diminishing of something. So if you want your haircuts to, like you want to grow your hair fast, get them cut with a new moon. You want to keep your hairstyle a while and not have it grow as fast, get it cut on the full moon. So that's Shelley's helpful hints for everyday life for today. Anyway, let's see who we have in the queue, and we'll take some calls. So we have 515. Hi, 515. Who is this today? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who is this?
Hi, it's Sarah.
Sarah, okay. Have you called the show before?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got off the treadmill.
Oh, okay, that's okay. I was beginning to worry that I had a breather. Like, oh no, I've got a bad call. But that's okay. No, I'm sorry. Okay, are you AH or just A?
I'm sorry, AH?
Yeah, that's what I put in there. I don't know. I just sensed that you were an AH, so I already put AH. Okay. What's your birthday?
8576.
Okay. 1976. And what time were you born?
About 6:42.
6:42. Is that AM or PM?
AM.
Okay. And where were you born?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, I know Des Moines. I used to live in Cedar Rapids for about 8 years when I was a kid. Yeah, I love Iowa. Iowa's awesome. Okay, so what can I do for you today?
Just wondering if when do you see a good time would be to ask someone out or to kind of feel around that relationship beginning with someone?
Okay. Well, I would say now is a pretty good time. You've got a Mars conjunction your natal Mars, and Venus is in Virgo, so you've got all that wonderful Virgo energy. It's not a surprise that you're wanting to take some action there, having Mars in your second house. But Jupiter is very fortunate right now, so I would say if you are looking for like within the next few days, Moon going into Pisces could be really good for you. So that'll be Friday.
Okay.
Moon in Aquarius right now is at work. So if this person is someone you work with, that could be good. And if somebody used to be someone, I would honestly wait.
I used to work with them.
Okay, I might wait until after tomorrow, when the moon goes into your house of marriage and partnership, but is still in Aquarius. So, the Pisces energy, Neptune is in Pisces, that's past energy, like someone coming in from the past. So if you've worked with them in the past, that could be helpful. And again, all of the energy of Virgo in your second house. Second house can be really good for relationships. So I know in my chart, whenever I get good planets going through my second house, that means relationships. So, I think anytime in the near future would be good. Is there an inclination on their end, do you think? Have you talked to them, kind of felt out the energy?
Not lately, but there has been mutual, attraction in the past.
Oh, okay.
Interest.
Well, again, like everything I said, I'm assuming you heard from the beginning of the show. It's a good cycle for relationships, and for you, you're probably going to be moving within the next year. Do you know that? Probably even before the end of the year, or there's a strong opportunity for moving or travel at the end of the year.
Oh yes.
Pardon me?
That's actually might be happening within the next few weeks.
Yeah. Saturn it's 9 degrees off of your Neptune at the end degrees. You only have 9 degrees left in your house of home and family. So Saturn will be there by the end of the year. So definitely a really strong, and it's like a move that will get you where you want to be. It's on your Neptune, which means the universe is saying, this is really what you want to do and how you want to live your life with your family life. And it deals with travel or spiritual understanding, or again, that expansion of Sagittarius. So it's a very spiritual move for you, and again, potentially long distance. So that might make a difference if you're going to ask somebody out. So it's actually squaring Virgo, but it's early Saturn, although your Neptune does square Venus right now. So I'm guessing if anything happens, the fact that you may be moving or there's going to be a long distance energy about it, something could come up that keeps you guys from being in the same place unless you moved together. But having Venus squaring Saturn and Neptune is more likely that the distance will keep you apart.
Okay.
But you also could travel with this person because Jupiter is in Virgo on your Mars. So there is also that going on. I mean, it's really interesting that Jupiter now is squaring its own sign, which brings in that kind of disconnect. It's like, yes, we're going to travel, but how is it going to be? Are we together? Are we not together? So that energy is involved right now. So I'm just giving you that heads up. Alrighty?
Okay. Thank you very much.
I hope that was helpful. Hey, cool.
It was.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, definitely call back later on and let us know how it's going.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
All right. Take care. Thanks. Bye. Okay, it's 5:30, and I got to one caller before the break. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll see you in about a minute. In these days of stress, running around, responsibilities, we all need a little place to go to make it all better. Is that place sports, football, or maybe you like to garden, paint, or just listen to music? Wherever your happy place is, you can find a shirt or mug to reflect that happy place. At myhappyplace.rocks, we have a variety of lifestyle products, including iPhone cases, pajamas, and pet items, all with beautiful, colorful designs, which help us go to our happy place. Stop by on the web for great gift ideas for others and yourself. myhappyplace.rocks. Lenny Pickett appears courtesy of Random Act Records. Check him out at randomactrecords.com. All right, so welcome back. You're listening to the AstroEnergy Show on Blog Talk Radio. My name is Shelley Overton, and I'm an astrologer in Orlando, Florida. And I would love to talk to you and do a private reading if you are so inclined. And if you do want a reading, you can get me at astrologerangel.com. Just go to the Readings tab, and you'll have a variety of different types of readings that I do, from mini readings and full readings. I can do birthday readings. I can do compatibility readings, all sorts of readings. So anyway, go check it out, astrologerangel.com. And let's take some more calls. So we'll go to Oscar. Hi, Oscar. Are you there?
Hello there.
Oh,
hang on.
Oscar
Yeah,
didn't want to talk.
I wasn't expecting you to come to me.
Well, you know, Oscar, were you on last week? I thought I saw you last week with your hand raised.
Yeah, I was here, but I mean, coming through on Skype to raise my hand, I can do it, but I don't normally bother. But sometimes people, when I come in on Skype on these shows, sometimes people do come to me anyway.
Oh,
so,
well, you know what? You've got the vibe.
Speaker there as well, so I have to mute
I can
the
leave
speaker
you...
so I don't get any feedback. And God,
oh. Well, it sounds good. Do you want a reading?
A big old panic there, but I'm okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, it's nice to talk to you anyway. I don't think I've ever actually spoken to you. I mean, I listened
know.
to you.
Oh my gosh.
And I typed to you in the chat, but
it's so good to hear your voice.
Okay? I thought, last week did you say you fell over or something last week?
I did. I was walking on my porch, and there are 3 wooden stairs up to the front door, and I was out around the yard, and the yard's full of water from the morning dew, and my shoes were wet, and I went out too fast, and my feet slipped right out from under me on the stairs. I went down straight on my tush, and fortunately it was above my tailbone, but yeah, I'm still feeling that this week a little bit.
Well, teachers are going to tottering around on your high heels, won't it? I mean, cool, dear me.
Yeah, but they weren't. They were yard shoes, believe it or not, little rubbery yard Crocs that I have. So. Oh,
and you still fell over.
I won't be doing high heels.
No
high heels. Well, do you have anything you want to find out about?
Well, I don't. I mean, you can have a go at doing a reading if you like. The only thing
I would love to.
My birth details I'm not sort of fully up to speed on, really, because I was adopted as a baby, so I don't know my time of birth. I know my birthday.
Okay.
But,
okay. Well, let's see what we can do for you. I can still give you some information.
All right.
So, give me your birthday.
Right. Well, we do it the other way around. It's the 14th.
Oh yes.
December.
Okay.
And that's 1956.
Okay. You said December 14th of December.
Yeah. So
okay.
whichever
I just want to make sure
do it, you would.
Heard it. Okay. 1956. And you have no clue if it was morning or evening?
No, I don't know the time of birth.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to do a sunrise chart, because you would be amazed at how many people are born in the morning over the evening that I do readings for. The majority, I would say, are born sometime between 6 and 8 a.m. A lot of the time. So, Where in England? Were you born in England?
Yes, in Sheffield.
Okay. And where is that? Yorkshire. Well, I'll just put England, because it'll put it in. But which shire is that? Which area?
It's in the county of Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, I've been there. That's awesome.
Which is in the north of England. It's the southern part of the county of Yorkshire. Sheffield,
awesome.
or Rotherham, Rotherham, if you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I visited there a couple times in the late 80s, which is a long time, way too long ago, because I love England. My heart is with England a lot of the time. So,
Yeah.
okay, so you have a Libra sun, and happy birthday to you. That's why you got through. No, you don't. I take it back. My computer's doing silly things. It inserted today's date, so it's not a birthday for you, December 14th.
No,
Let's just rectify that. Well, happy early birthday. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's coming up in a little while, I suppose.
Yeah, a couple
not
months.
Quite there, yeah. I'm sort of just before Christmas, so of course, when I was a youngster, it was always a case of it was a bit difficult to get like two really good presents, You got
I know.
Give you one present together.
I hear that so much too. That's a shame. Yeah, I have friends who are born around there. I have a cousin who's born on Christmas Day, so I get it. Yeah. Okay, so you've got a lot of energy going on in Scorpio. Did you know that? Scorpio, Neptune, Scorpio, Venus, and you have Saturn in Sagittarius, Sun in Sagittarius, Mercury in Capricorn, so you're kind of shy. Is that true?
Shy? Well, I can be, I suppose. I mean,
I think you can.
It depends on the situation.
But you have Mars in Aries, which helps counteract that.
Right.
So Mars in Aries is very direct. Are you a builder? I'm just curious. Do you like to build things? Are you handy around the house?
I build electronic things. I don't build like brick and cement type of building. If you talk about building, that's what I would have thought. You'd have to be construction. But I do make stuff.
Oh, nice.
Say, technical bits and pieces.
Okay. Well, you're coming into your Saturn return. So this is your second Saturn return. And that means that you're reevaluating where you are spiritually and with your career and what you want to do from this time forward. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, I suppose it does. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm at a sort of a major crossroads, but I suppose over recent times I've been having a bit of a ponder. Yes.
Well, I can tell you right now, Pluto is squaring Saturn for you, and that's a very significant time. So Pluto can be major life change, and when it's squaring Saturn, it's almost like an ideological crisis. That's kind of the energy coming in. And it's not there yet, it's not exact, but Saturn will be there probably in November. You're going to see a little bit more energy going on, something happening in your world then. And again, Saturn in Sagittarius is about travel or wanderlust. And for you with this chart, because we did a sunrise chart, Saturn is getting ready to go into your 12th house, which will mean a definite spiritual awakening or spiritual shift for you. So 30 years ago, when you had your first one at 28, did you have a major shift when you were 28?
Crikey, I don't really remember back that far.
No? Oh my gosh.
What would I have been up to when I was 28? I don't know, really.
Yeah, that would have been around 86, 84, somewhere in there.
Well, certainly in 86, that would have been quite a good time then when things did take a major change back in 86. So I went off to live in a completely different place for a few years at that time.
There you go.
Did something completely different. So it sounds like you're on the money there.
Yeah. So it's going to, and that's because you were in a Saturn return. Again, Sagittarius is taking off, moving, travel. You're coming up on that very rapidly. And with this chart, Saturn is at the last degrees of your 11th house, and it's going to be going into your 12th house. So that shift also, you have the shift into a new house, and you also have a shift onto your Saturn. And so that energy right there is going to be big. And at the same time, the good thing is also there's a trine to the planet Uranus in Leo at 6 degrees. So that's also another unexpected event happening. So I think that there's definitely a connection going on with shift and change. You may not have had it just yet, but it's right there. And this time next year also. I think, are you in a relationship?
Well, not really, not now. I sort of was for a little while until fairly recently, and then kind of knocked that on the head.
Okay. Well, I think another one's coming in for you, and Mars will be coming into Libra, like I said, in November, and that will potentially trigger it along with Venus, because it's right on Jupiter. So, and again, this is also a long-distance energy, because your Jupiter is in the house that is ruled by Sagittarius, which is the 9th house.
Right. So do you think it might be a relationship with someone who's not nearby?
Yeah, like a long-distance relationship, or where you have to travel, or you may be traveling when you meet them. So that's coming in. So, yeah.
It wouldn't be in Orlando,
exciting.
Florida, would it?
Who knows? It could be. But it's interesting, because you actually are born the same year of a friend of mine, and she has a company in England, but she lives in California. So, I might be playing matchmaker.
Curious and curious.
Yeah, you never know. So, yeah, it looks very exciting for you, actually. It looks really good. What else can I see for you here? Oh my goodness! So, do you have any inclinations towards being on the radio, or let me see what else? Writing a book, maybe, or it's taking some kind of action towards expressing yourself.
Yes, I've been known to do bits and pieces in that sort of line of work. Yeah, writing and radio is certainly a passion of mine, I suppose.
There you go. Well, there's definitely a call for you right now to maybe do something with that and express yourself through electronic media, whether it's like YouTube or radio or the internet, a blog, some type of electronic means of reaching the masses. You have Mars and Aries in the house of communication, and Uranus, the planet of the internet and electronic dissemination of information, are very strong in that communications part of your chart. And when he goes direct in December, that could incline you to really get going with it. He's at the end degrees of your house of communication, so he's wanting you to wrap up this energy and really start to look hard at how you're expressing yourself and what you're doing. And honestly, it's also, because it's Aries, it's about self-promotion on some level. So I don't know, tell me what you do for a living, because your career is being affected right now as well. So I'm curious to know, Saturn and Sagittarius, that's something outdoorsy or sporty. So I'm curious to know what you're doing with that, because it's a fire energy. You want to take action. So what's going on there?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, career-wise at the moment, things are a little bit on the quiet side, but what I'm doing is I do a bit of professional writing.
Okay.
I do a bit of professional work with advertising, and that's via radio. So,
there you go.
And I'm also, technically minded. I've been known to build and sell equipment.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Well, I definitely think that if you haven't already started your own business doing that, that's where you're being guided. And when Uranus is going to be there for a while, but it's in the next 10 degrees of his transit through this house. He wants to call his own shot. So do you work for yourself?
Yes, I tend to work self-employed.
Okay, good. Well, then now is an even greater time of self-promotion. So I would recommend more advertising. And have you advertised? Because, there's a lot of energy in Leo, and that's a big time of advertising as well. So I just wondered if you've done any advertising, if you want to advertise even.
Well, not if you mean promoting myself. I haven't done a lot of that recently, no. I mean, I do create advertising for other people.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
In that sense, I've been doing it, but not sort of promoting my own services to others. So maybe I should up that a little bit, and it might prove rewarding.
You need to, because Neptune goes direct in November, which is good because it's in your money house, and it's bringing you more idealized situations with how you bring in money. And it's also the energy of allowing fortune and abundance to come to you, okay? Also in November, the sun hits your natal Neptune in your house of career. So the spotlight will be on you, okay? And that's also a commitment energy. And then Mercury will be coming up on it fairly quickly, I would say within the next couple weeks. So again, there's kind of like a renewed commitment to your career. And again, when that happens, that will be in positive aspect to, let me see, hang on. Jupiter's in positive aspect to Saturn right now. And, Mars, that's at the 1st of December. Mars is going to hit a sextile to your natal Saturn and also transiting Saturn. So that's career. So there's a lot of strong stuff coming up in career for you, like for the rest of the year. Even into next year, Mars will still be in your career house next year, and even more money coming in February. So you've got a lot of good things coming in your chart.
That's
awesome.
Always good to hear, isn't it?
It is. Do you have any questions?
No, that's it. That's fantastic. You really seem to be very accurate with your stuff, and I've heard you do these things for lots of other people, and you always seem to impress.
Oh, well, you're very flattering, and thank you very much. But I love helping people. That's really my motivation. So if I can help you and help anyone, then I've done what I'm here to do.
Well, you're a sweetheart.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm always floating around. I always look for your show and always support you by listening.
Well, I appreciate it. And I see you all the time, so I'm glad I finally got to talk to you. The powers that be are aligning so that I can finally meet you on the air.
Seems to be, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, if you don't have any other questions, I will let you go.
No, that's all right. That's really, really, really kind of you to do that. Many thanks.
Hey, my pleasure. I'm glad I got to talk to you. And now I know who you are. I did not know you were from England, so that's really awesome.
Okie doke. Well, thanks. We'll speak again soon.
Okay, sounds good. Bye, Oscar. Take care. Bye. Okay, that was wonderful. I'm going to take 770 and see who it is. Hi, 770.
Hi, this is Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Are you really? Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, I've got your chart right here. What can I do for you today?
Oh, I spoke with you before?
Yeah, if you were born January 7th.
Yes, I did. Yes.
And you in Cuthbert, Georgia.
Yes. Yes.
See?
I thought this was, I'm thinking this is my first time, but that's okay. I'm on the humor.
It's okay.
Yes, but what I really want to know, what do you see romantically? Anything like relationship coming up, like romantically?
I don't know. I feel like the romance fairy here, actually, because I think everybody's going to start having lots of lovely new relationships. Yeah, but you've got the energy, all this Virgo, and then Libra energy falls in first right now. Venus, Mars, Jupiter is in your house of money and value, and Venus ruled second house. So, yes, you're thinking about love. Now could be a great time to draw someone in. If you draw someone in now, they're going to probably be related to something much more pragmatic, like the financial industry or medical field because of the Virgo energy, or a service industry. So, definitely when you have Mars in a sign in the second house, where you tend to put your energy or where you attract people is the energy around that house. So it's Virgo and it's Taurus, so the earth energy. So more practical, it could be retail. I just got that. There might be some retail, which is Mars energy. Or, hospital environments, medical centers, things like that. But definitely by the end of the month and into next month, Mars, again, like I said, is going into Libra in November. I can't believe I forgot it. I just said it, and now I can't remember what it is. November 13th, I think I said. No, 9th. No, Venus is the 9th, and Mars is the 13th. So the second week of November, both Venus and Mars go into the next house, which will be definitely more tangible, like a commitment or the manifestation of the desire to be in a relationship. And it also hits your Jupiter. So you've got Jupiter in the sky now. Jupiter's in your chart. So in a year, right around August, September of next year, Jupiter's going to be conjuncting your natal Jupiter, and then it'll be going into Libra. So what is happening, and I have to bring this up in the next month, is all these planets, as they go into Libra, they're going to first hit your Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer asteroid. So it's the deepest wound you've had in your life, and it's around expressing yourself within a relationship or in a partnership situation, okay? And your ideas. So they're triggering. So first you get the fortune. That's really great. So you can attract someone in, and then it's about, are you getting your means of expression out? Like, are you saying what you really believe, what you really think? And I would encourage you that when someone comes in, don't be shy about saying, this is what I think, because when you tell them what you think and express who you are as a person, then you know that they want you for who you are, and you don't have to keep up a facade. Oh, well, I told them I was this way, or, I've always gone to the movie they like just because I didn't want to rock the boat and make them say, well, I don't want to take you out now because you're not going to the movie I like to see, So don't be so accommodating to where it isn't giving you your desires, okay? Because this time right now is very strongly about getting your desires met in like an ideal situation, because Mercury, like I said earlier in the show, Mercury is bringing in the issues we'll be dealing with in the next month or two, and it's right within 5 degrees of your natal Neptune. So this is about thinking about that ideal partner, and your ideal partner, I think, is a communicator with Neptune and Libra in the 3rd house and Jupiter in the 3rd house in Virgo, very much about communications. They're a sensitive person. They're good with kids. They're intelligent, and they are balanced and diplomatic. That would be somebody I would recommend for you. And let's see what else. You have Venus in Pisces, so you yourself are very accommodating to others. So I'm just encouraging you, again, like I said before, in conjuncts, which your Venus is in conjunct Chiron. In conjuncts bring in this kind of discomfort, but it's also, I think, a learning situation where you have your Venus in Pisces saying, oh, it's all good, it's okay, I don't want to rock the boat. And then you also have the Libra energy, the ruler of Pisces down there in Libra next to Chiron saying, yeah, it's all good. Don't tell people it's good if it's not good, because Saturn over this point in your chart a few years ago was telling you need to really look at that behavior. If you wonder why you get what you get, you have to look at what you're putting out. And this is saying you need to take care of your needs and the balance for yourself. So as these planets, Venus and Mars, come across that part of your chart before the end of the year, I'll tell you, I know it's the end of November, so let me just give you a better timeline for that. So Mars is going to be right over your Chiron, right after he goes in, because it's 3 degrees. So November 18th, write that down, and then goes over that point on the 11th of November. So it's going to be triggering some insecurities around you, but it'll get better. And right after, on the heels, when Venus and Mars go over your Neptune, so, a little bit later in November, closer to Thanksgiving, between the 15th and the 20th, you're going to have that idealized situation. And Neptune will be turning direct at that time as well. So Venus goes into Libra, Mars goes into Libra, Neptune turns direct, which is good because that's on your Venus, and it's also in the house of commitment. So yes, with an exclamation point, I do think that somebody is out there for you. So, and you also have something coming in with work as well. I don't know if you're looking to change jobs, but you've got Pluto on your Sun in the house of work. So there's some kind of situation, either you're going to take more responsibility in a promotion, or you're going to shift and take a different job. That I really think something's going to happen there, and it's benefiting you in your job. But it could be a major life change in how you see yourself, too, like what you see as your responsibilities and duties within your work life. So, Okay.
And you mentioned in the beginning that something about money, the money house or something?
Yeah, so money is the second house, and you've got Venus, which rules money and desire, in Virgo. So Virgo can be a little bit more frugal with money, but at the same time you have Jupiter and Mars conjunct in that house, so it can also mean an expansion of that, because Jupiter is expansion. So it expands a little of the frugality, which could also give you more money. Like, so, you know, I'm not outright saying that you're going to have a bunch of money coming in, but Jupiter does expand whatever it's in. So it could be more money, but again, Virgo can be frugal. So I guess I would caution you to not be frugal, but don't be frugal to the point that you push away your fortune.
I got you.
Because your fortune's coming, and it wants to be there. It wants to find you. You have to allow it in, and that's what Neptune opposite these planets in your house of money. Neptune right now is in your house of joint finances, so it's retrograde, making you very practical about what you're doing with money for other people or taxes, insurance. You know, like, you can be more pragmatic about it. And Neptune goes direct in November, which is going to not only bring you into this, like, it'll all be okay, you know, I'm just going to chill about it, but it's also teaching the Virgo energy on the other side of the chart going through your house of money how to allow. You need to learn to allow, okay? And there's also the travel energy falls for you, Saturn and Sagittarius, in your house of romance. So again, you've got Mercury there, and, you know, it's at the end degrees, but definitely you're somebody who enjoys traveling, enjoys expansion of spiritual, and your thought, you think really well when you're traveling, like when you're exploring other people of other cultures, long distances, higher education, taking another class, taking a creative class, Mercury in the 5th house. So, you know, it's about expanding that area of your life. And Saturn's asking you to play right now. He's in the house of play, He's in a sign of play, a fire sign, Sagittarius. He wants you to get out, be active, be out in the world, and have fun.
Okay, fantastic.
So, yeah. Do you have any questions?
So, if I give you a birthday, could you match that up and see if that would be the person I'm thinking about?
I could do that. I've got about 3 minutes left, so you're lucky I have a couple minutes to play around with this.
Okay.
And
I don't know the time, but I know the date and the year.
Okay. Okay.
The date, the birthday is September the 24th, 1970.
Okay. And you don't know the time, you said, right?
I don't know the time. I know it was South Carolina.
Okay. Where in South Carolina, do you know?
Charleston.
Charleston. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see what we have. And, of course, my computer likes to input another date. Every time I do this, it seems to put in another date. 1974, you said?
1970.
70. Okay. September 24th, 1970. In Charleston, South Carolina, sunrise. I'm doing a sunrise chart, so. Okay. And he's got a lot of Virgo in his chart. So he's, you know, again, Mars in Virgo, he's a workaholic. I can tell you that. Maybe a little bit shy. And so taking action, again, the Virgo energy, they need to know the lay of the land. They pretty much need to know that it's going to be guaranteed if they risk anything. Okay? So he's someone who, like, he wants to make sure he knows it's going to be there. Oh my gosh, I have less time than I thought. I have 1 minute. Okay. He's a committer. You've got Moon in Scorpio, and his Jupiter's right there, and his Venus has just passed it, so that's a good energy for you. And you've got Venus in a water sign. He's got Venus in a water sign. Those are good because you guys understand that emotional, sensitive energy. His Sun is right on Chiron for you, so ego-wise, he might give you, he actually could be someone who helps you understand that wounding and might help you heal the wounding. He's got Mars in Virgo, which is a healing energy. So that could be good for you.
Okay, fantastic.
All right.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, and he's got Saturn going through your house of romance. And I've got to wrap it up, but Maddie, thanks for the call.
Okay. Thank you, Shelley.
All right. Call me if you want anything on or go to astrologerangel.com and you can get me for a reading there. And have a good week. Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. All right, for everyone else, that's the end of the show. See you next week. Bye. Thanks for stopping by AstroEnergy this week. If you would like to get a hold of Shelley Overton, you can get her at astrologerangel.com, on Facebook at AstroEnergy or Astrologer Angel. The music was provided by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com with additional music by Ironwood Rain. Check them out on the net